Hi everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing our June love and life monthly readings for all 12 astrological signs. And we will be using the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle. I probably will also be starting out with the Dear Heart Oracle and then wrapping up with the Romance Angels Oracle and the Abundance Angels Oracle. I decided to add those two last ones because I think it'll make for a more complete reading, even though it may add a couple of minutes to the readings. I think it'll still make it for a more complete reading. So we'll see how it goes. Every month I'm kind of playing it by ear, seeing how it all works out and tweaking it as I need to and see fit. So we'll see how this one goes. And of course, this is a general reading. It is going over the general energies that are affecting this segment of the population, whether it's, Aries to Aquarius. But if you want a more specific reading for a specific situation that you're going through individually, head on over to abundantlifetarot.com and check out the book or reading section for different reading options, or go to my Etsy store at Abundant Life Shop. And I have a whole selection smorgasbord, if you will, of different readings that you can pick that would suit, any budget, any need as far as what you need to get from a reading. So that's just, just to put it out there, because I know some people are like, oh, well, you didn't predict this and this and this and that. And there's only so much time that I can take of yours, right, and of mine for this reading. So, and I'm speaking to anyone who may be watching it. So just have to say that. But anyways, I also want to thank you all so much for watching. Sit back, enjoy, and much love this June for all of you, and wishing you so much big abundance and joy for the summer or winter to come, whichever it may be. Thanks for watching. Hello, Cancers. This is your June monthly love, life, and abundance reading. And we are going to use the Dear Heart Oracle as our appetizer, and then the Dear Heart Oracle, not Dear Heart Oracle, the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle is the main entree. And then we're going to have a side of some angels of abundance, our Abundance Angels, I believe, by Doreen Virtue, and then her Romance Angels Oracle, a little dessert of that as well. So let's get started. I want to play with the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle again this month. We'll see if next month I'm using tarot, or if I'm using the Mildred Payne again. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. All right, Spirit, for the month of June, and that could very well be birthdays for our Cancer friends who are watching. Happy birthday. What are the energies that Cancers will be facing and working through and dealing with? Any other messages? 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Nice last card to jump. So we have inner light, growth, and wisdom. So as you go into June, you're going to carry from May something that's going on, some kind of issue that's going on that's resolving in June. And as a result, it brings growth of things, into growth of opportunities, growth of abundance, growth of new ideas for you, wise insights, inner light shining through in the form of your wisdom shining through to others. It's just a beautiful, abundant time for you. And it may not just be in monetary abundance. It could be the budding start of a new career direction, or the budding start of a new romance, or it could be the growth of self-love inside of you each day, or the growth of a new project that you're doing. So you see how you have the roots forming here. Something is taking root, something is budding and going forward, and your inner light is shining through. So it's a beautiful time for you in June. You're going to be really blessed in June, I see. It's from what I get a sense from the cards here. All right. So we're going to do a row or 3 rows of 3 to 5 cards per row. And the first question we're going to ask Spirit is, what do Cancers need to confront, face, or deal with in the month of June? What's going on for Cancers in the month of June? Okay. What tools can Cancers use to help navigate and reach their goals and to navigate sticky situations in June? What tools? Okay. And what will happen? What is the likely outcome? What cards represent the outcome cards, and what's to come in June for Cancers? Let's scoop these up. Interesting reading here. Any other messages, Spirit? Oh, don't want that many. Any other messages? Okay. This is going to be... Well, there's some interesting news here going on with your reading here, Cancer. So we're going to just kind of get all the cards out on the table, so to speak. Let's get everything out so we can discuss it at once. Spirit and love for our singled and coupled up Cancers. What is happening in the love arena, and what advice do you have, Spirit? What's happening in the love arena? What's happening? Any other messages? Okay. And let's get the abundance card, Spirit. What's the abundance forecast for Cancers, and how can they bring more abundance into their life? Okay. So we have some interesting messages coming through here. So in the month of June, there's going to be a need to really listen and to to tap into what's really going on. You're going to get some news. And based on the corresponding cards, it's news as it relates to you branching out on your own, as you have the stick below it, and it's pertaining to maybe some spiritual insight or higher self-knowledge, secret knowledge that's coming to the fore, increased awareness of something, exalted power in some instances with the Ankh card. So with the ear card, you're going to hear some news. You're going to be listening to others. You're going to be aware of a certain situation in June, after finally really listening to and carefully hearing what's going on. Secret knowledge will be revealed, and as a result, it's going to, in its midst, reveal to you that there is a rat in your midst, someone telling secrets, someone betraying you, someone, or it could be, and if it's not someone, it could be, an employer doing something towards you that's not on the up and up, that's really acting in a rat-like way. With the rat, it's untrustworthy. You're feeling like you're in an untrustworthy situation. The rat also symbolizes disease. Some of you could be hearing news of a diagnosis, and some of you may actually, be falling ill with like a cold or flu or some sort of illness. So that could be symbolizing this during the month of June. And I get a sense that with the rat situation, with the traitor, the secret knowledge will be revealed in June. You will be able to hear it. You'll be able to understand what's truly going on. And things will kind of coalesce and unfold as they may and will do, as we see in the Cauldron card. The Cauldron is a fertile time. When you see the Cauldron card, it's magical combinations, it's experimentations, it's, stirring up things, stirring up the pot. Maybe you're stirring up the pot now that you know this information. Maybe someone else is stirring up the pot and kind of getting things cooking and going, and maybe in your favor or not in your favor, just depending on how you look at it. I get a sense that not necessarily in your favor, based on these cards going on here, but we're going to look, these are tool cards, so we're going to look and see what's going on with that. But yeah, it's a fertile time for you in June, because despite what's going on here, this could be related to love, this could be related to work matters, or friendships, or family issues. It really, for Cancers, it can manifest in any of those ways. But nevertheless, it's still a fertile time where you're going to be doing a lot of introspection, a lot of healing, self-healing, and kind of putting, like, this situation's going to help come up and unearth some deep-rooted things that have been in your core for a long time. Now this is going to come up and help you dig up this issue and finally kind of resolve that underlying issue. Because if not, this situation where you find yourself constantly in this situation is going to keep coming up in your life and repeatedly over and over again. And where it's feeling very backstabbish, very volatile, very like someone's taking advantage of you. So just be mindful of that. And I get a sense that you are mindful of that. There is growth and understanding and wisdom, and even the way you move and handle the situation as you move forward. The tools that is going to come to help you this month is the stick card. The stick card is about branching out on your own. It also could represent of power and or abuse. So again, this is saying, hey, to help you in the situation. You need to kind of step back, pull back, branch out on your own, maybe be your own employer, maybe find a new job if it's a company that you feel is backstabbing you or ripping you off, or if you feel is a lover, you know, you need to walk away or what have you. And that's probably what we see here in the Boot card, is that you making this decision to walk away for some of you. Number 3 is the Hag card. And the Hag card is about fears, nightmares, bizarre or malicious encounters. This is representing your fears. This is representing confronting your fears about this situation, confronting your fears about your future, confronting your fears about lack in your life, about not having enough, being afraid that you're going to be destitute or what have you. This card is in the position of what tools to use. This card is telling you it's time to once and for all face your fears and confront them and put them in their rightful place. Okay, so that's what needs to happen here. That's what needs to help you reach growth. Also, I'm going to take a look at this card. I'm just called to take a look at it right now. It says, detox your friendships. Your abundance flow is being affected by the people with whom you're spending time. So be discerning about your associations and relationships. Choose to be with people who are inspiring, generous, and supportive. So if you find that your employer, for example, that's a good example, is not being supportive, generous, and inspiring, it's time to move on. If you find that your friendships are not inspiring, you know, generous and supportive, time to move on. If you find your relationship that you're with your beloved in, it's not those things, inspiring, generous, and supportive, it is time to detox it. It either detox the situation and try to infuse more of that and inspire that into your partner or into your friend or coworker or employer. But if they still are not changing and you cannot change them, then it is time to detox and release and let go. And then with that, have courage to ask for and accept help. Asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it is offered to you. Very often when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. Okay, so then we have number 4, girl. Innocence, carefree thoughts, youthful emotions. So time to bring in June, a sense of playfulness, a sense of innocence, carefree thoughts. Take a few days off if you can this month. Treat yourself to a birthday treat of taking a few days off from work and having some carefree thoughts during your day. If you can't, still try to be playful and have a good time. You're going to need it because you're going to be going through growth, and growth can get a little serious sometimes. So bringing in that playful energy from time to time, going to have fun, just even taking a walk in the park. Carefree thoughts, finding ways to have carefree thoughts will be very helpful in healing for you throughout the month of June. Number 6 is the Devil card. And again, this is in the what tools can you use position. What tools? Well, the Devil is about, releasing nasty habits, releasing a deceitful situation, an abusive situation in your mind. You feel it's an abusive situation and you feel like it's even just almost evil, and that you are not going to be able to really combat that. But what you need to do with the Devil energy is to surrender to nasty thought patterns surrounding this situation, surrender to the feeling like you have the ability to try to steer and control it. You only have the ability to control how you are in a given situation, not what the other person is up to and doing and what have you. So just be mindful of that. I get a sense that this is about releasing negative thoughts surrounding this particular situation that's going on in June for you. I'm sorry, I'm just Lighting up another candle here. Okay. All right, and then 18 we have for water. And this is about dealing with bigger, your emotions here, dealing with the bigger schemes of life, really. Yeah, you're dealing with the nuts and bolts of day-to-day issues here, but this card is really about you assessing where you are in life and about purity, about, detoxing, about maybe bringing some change to your life. Also meditating so you can work on your subconscious thoughts for a while. It's important to work on your subconscious thought patterns just as much as it is on your conscious level. Sorry, I had a little frog in my throat. Excuse me, I'm drinking my tea. So getting that balance also back with your emotional state is going to be very helpful for you in the month of June. So coming back to this video and kind of listening to the tools or making notes of what you should really focus on in June, it's going to really help you. It's really going to help manifest what you're trying to manifest and to deal with what the issues you're going to be facing. And then finally, the outcome cards. We have 13 for skull. It says death, thoughts of feelings of mortality, change, and end of a cycle. Now, for some of you, sure, you may be getting messages of passing, or you may be getting, or maybe around you, there's people who are dealing with death in their family, or maybe you may be facing that soon. But I really get a sense of you are just coming to an end of a cycle with this certain situation that's been kind of heavy in your heart and your mind for months, days, years for some of you, decades for some of you. And you're finally coming to an end of a cycle where maybe it's coming to an end. Maybe it's the end of a job, an end of a relationship, an end of a friendship, an end of a marriage, what have you, but it's coming to an end. It also could mean coming to an end of the way you know the relationship. Maybe it's no longer a certain way and you guys are moving in a different direction together. I get a sense, though, with the boot next to it. The boot, number 20, is about moving forward, about preparing for action, having the discipline to do so, and traveling, moving forward, going forward. So that's why I get a sense that for some of you Cancers, this is about moving forward in a new direction, and ending a cycle with something coming to an end. So just be prepared for that. Some of you, it could literally mean that it's June and, in the Northern Hemisphere, it could be summertime to travel. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it would be like wintertime, also time to travel and see loved ones. So that could literally be meaning travel for some of you in June. 27 is wall. Literally hitting a wall for some of you, obstacle, a separation. Again, that's why I say there will be like coming of a decision where either you or your partner or whom you are in this relationship with is making a decision that no more a boundary is going to be set, or no more this is going to be terminated. We're no longer going to be able to work together, or no more we're not going to be able to live together. And all my candles are going out at the same time. So 27, yes, maintaining boundaries is a good takeaway from that one, Cancer. No matter what, whether it's you kind of terminating and walking away and ending things, or it's vice versa, no matter what, still maintain boundaries. No matter what the situation is, you're going to need to do that constantly in every single relationship you're encountering, especially from here on forward. So just, be prepared for that. Sorry. I am putting this over here. I'm not going to light it now. So then we have 51 for Spider. And Spider is strong and powerful female energies, carefully designing one's life. Finally, you are getting into a growth and wise place in your life where you are really in a receptive way, like the great, female energies, like the yin energies of receiving. So blessings are going to be bestowed on you, but it's only after you kind of have to walk through this like trial period that you're going to really start trying to design your life like the spider, creating that web, adding a new dimension to that web. You're now ready to do that, but you have to release something in order to be able to do that. So that's where you may have to ask for help on how to make that transition to move forward to do something else. We have 36 for Snake. Snake is about fears, sexual fantasies, and temptations. Many temptations coming up for you, Cancers, in the month of June. Much temptations, whether it's food, alcohol, shopping, you name it, there's temptations. There's also a sense of facing your fears. First, many of you finally confronting something or someone that you have been really fearful to do, and standing up for yourself, and you do it, and you bite and attack back. So that could very well be going on for you in June. And then finally, a little bonus card here, 50 coin. There will be offers of more money to you in June. As you focus on looking at different ways to build your future, more opportunities are going to come to you to bring more prosperity and wealth into your life. But be careful about making decisions solely on money and solely on it being about money. There's more to life than this coin. So just be mindful of the materialism factor. Finally, let's take a quick look at the love for both our coupled and singles. So we have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And trust, this situation is calling for you to have faith. So keep an open mind in the month of June, whether you're single and, trying to mingle and trying to get out there. Start putting yourself out there, Cancers. You can't be in the game if you're not in the game, right? You got to get out there. You got to put yourself out there, and you got to trust in the universe that if you put yourself out there, that you're going to receive what it is that you are trying to align with. But you got to be the love, and you got to be the trust that you're trying to manifest and bring. And you got to keep an open mind about the partner who may present themselves in the month of June to you. And for our coupled up Cancers, keep an open mind in terms of where your relationship is going. Is it time to release this relationship and let it go? Or is it time for it to shift and grow into something else? As you shifted and grown, as your partner has shifted and grown, keep an open mind. It does not mean you guys have to break up. It just means that you may need to move in a different direction. And you may have to have a break to come to that realization. But trust that everything is unfolding just as it needs to be. But take care of yourself. Be very cognizant of, not acting in a knee-jerk reaction to fear and making decisions out of fear-based decisions, but instead, sitting with the decision and making sure it's coming from a place of love and not fear. So that's your homework, Cancers. That is your homework. So it is a very interesting June. But it is a good June. It is a transformative June for you, okay? So just stay abundantly blessed, stay sweet, stay kind to one another. And I thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a wonderful June. Hello, everyone. Hello, Leos. This is Kim, and I am doing your June monthly love and life and abundance readings. We are doing this oracle style this month. I was feeling inspired to use my oracles versus tarot, but I could feel a change probably coming in the next month or so. So keep a lookout for that. There may be some different, I like to change it up because it's fun for me to change it up for you, and it's fun for me to change it up for myself. So that's what we may be doing, is seeing what other decks I'm going to play with in the next month or so. It may still be these decks, but it could be something else. So let's just get started. So what we're looking at here, Spirit, is the overall overarching energies that Leos will be working with and working through for the month of June. We're looking for jumping cards, please. Okay. All right, so the first card that jumped is Manifest. Second card that jumped is Healing. And even if you just look at it together, it says Manifest Healing. How pretty is that? How gorgeous is that? So this month, your job and what you will be working with and the energies that you're working through, Leo, is manifesting healing, bringing some healing to love relationships, bringing healing to work relationships, and work dynamics, bringing healing to your physical self, your physical body, bringing healing to your emotional state. There's going to be a lot of manifesting of healing happening in your life in the month of June. And this is also an invitation for you to really embrace that as opposed to railing against it. Sometimes we can postpone our healing or slow it down by kind of railing against it, being in denial about where we are in our life, being, just fighting every part of our process, including the pain part and including the healing part. This month, though, to help you ease that, Spirit is inviting you to call in the healing, manifest it, make it part of your journey at this point and move forward with it in a beautiful, magical way. It's quite powerful. Well, I'm sure we'll see how these cards play out in the Mildred Payne. I like to look at this as our appetizer, and then the Mildred Payne is our main course, and then the final oracles as our dessert for the reading. All right, Spirit, so we're going to do a 3-row spread with 3 to 5 cards per row. And the first question we're asking is, what do Leos need to confront in June or face, or what will they be facing in June? It looks like I have my deck upside down, which I don't like. What will they be facing? What will they be facing? Turn my music down. Okay. Any other messages about what Leos will be confronting? Okay. What tools can Leos utilize and use to manifest what they need to and want to in the month of June? What tools can they use to help navigate what may come up for them in June? Okay, and finally, what's going to happen in June for our lovely Leos in love, life, abundance, especially if they follow the advice given in the middle row, but regardless of the advice given in the middle row, what's the outcome cards for Leos? What's the outcome cards? In life, love, and abundance for Leo. Oh, not that many. No. Now I'm being clumsy. We're going to set some stuff down. The boy was supposed to come. Scooch you guys up. I do enjoy doing readings for you guys, actually. Very calming for me. All right. All right. Any other messages about the outcome? Okay. Okay, so in the month of June, we have the lovely candle card, which is all about things being illuminated, coming to light for us. It could also speak to spiritual enlightenment, spiritual healing, if you will. There's a new renewed sense of hope and life. So things that you'll be feeling and confronting and going through is a good thing. Some spiritual enlightenment this month. Maybe some things happen in May that's really helped fueling and pushing forward this spiritual enlightenment for you. But nevertheless, it's giving you hope about your life, and it's giving you life, which is beautiful. And we know this to be true because of the cards that are corresponding around it. And there's some interesting advice that's going on to help with your enlightenment, which is to really listen, to hear what's being said to you, to really hear what Spirit is trying to say to you, hear what Spirit is saying to you through the mouths of others. It is your time to be quiet and listen this month for good advice and good wisdom to help you on your path. Okay? But more on that in a moment as we hit that row. Let's look at 56 for Axe. And Axe, sorry for all the background noise. Bishop, it's my little puppy. 56 is Axe. With the Axe card, this is about cutting things down, cutting away things when I think of the Axe. In the beginning of the month and maybe throughout the month, there may be some conflicts, some disputes that come up, some estrangement even, maybe even some breakups, definitely some estrangements in relationships for you, Leos. It may be you having to cut someone down to size. But nevertheless, one thing about conflict and disputes is oftentimes it's leading you to progress. It's leading you to a new way of being in a relationship or in a situation. And now you have no choice but to kind of move forward. So yeah, disputes suck. Yeah, they're not pleasant, but they do bring about progress. And with dispute, time heals these things. So there's more advice here underlying that. Quite interesting how the cards, when we're going to look at the whole picture in a moment, what it's telling us about your month. So 28 is House. And with the House card, what we have here is it's about your identity, having a sense of personal identity, really paying attention to how you present yourself to the world this month. You can't help but think about it. You've been kind of thinking about your persona. Some of you have things going on in your life where you're going to be more in the forefront, more publicity. So it's kind of important to you on how you present yourself, how your house is looking, so to speak. So that's important to you. Also, this is a time where you're entering of a time of stability. This house represents a safe place and a safe haven for you, and it represents building a family for you. So many of you may be moving house, buying a home, renting a new home, redecorating a home. There's going to be a lot of focus on building a safe nest for yourself. Some of you are actually actively starting a family right now, so that's going on. And maybe your family has grown, and so there's a need to actually build up things in your life to set a bigger foundation for your family. a safety net, an umbrella, if you will, of protection for them. That's super important to you. You've been thinking about your future, thinking about your family's future a lot. And in June, you're now taking action steps. Maybe you're getting insurance quotes, life insurance quotes. Like I said, you're moving house. Maybe you're thinking about your financial house, your financial future. You're starting to realize there's ways that you could save money and start saving more towards your future. That's all going around and around in your mind. And now there's healing with that. Even in domestic home life, there could be healing that is had. And this road tells me that it's going to be a primary focus for you, Leos, in the month of June. And it's going to be something, a goal that's realized. Finally, we have the 46 for umbrella. Umbrella is protection from something beyond your control. So like I mentioned earlier, insurance policies, some of you, may have to rely, maybe a conflict is a car accident. Some of you may be experiencing, unfortunately, a car accident, having to deal with protection from something out of your control, like having to file a claim, maybe a homeowner's claim for some of you. Since they're sitting right next to each other, this could be protection from after the conflict that is coming. Finally, you're having a safe place, if you will, in your own home. Maybe you and your lover are taking a break. Your home is your sanctuary. Their home is their sanctuary. And this is helping to heal the situation. With the umbrella, also, and like I said, I mentioned sanctuary, but for some people, it could be a bad omen of something that's coming. But I really don't get a sense of that based on the accompanying cards in the entire reading. In fact, for what I see in June, yeah, there may be some disagreements, conflicts, even estrangements, yes. I don't see them being permanent estrangements for you. I don't get a sense of that, but I get a sense that these conflicts that are going to be happening in June is going to progress and push your relationship or your situation forward. Now, let's look at the advice cards here, or the tools that you can use. Number 9, we have for the ear, listening, hearing news, listening to others. It's going to be imperative for you to really listen, because there's messages that are going to be sent to you from your loved ones from the other side next month, June, as well as guidance from friends, relatives, by way, or spirit is going to be speaking through them to you. There's going to be advice given, some advice you may not want to hear, but it's necessary to hear. So you need to take it in and then leave what it is that you don't need or want to take on. But it is important that you have an open ear in June. Okay? Very important. We have the little hourglass, time. This is a call right now to manage your time. Be mindful of how you're spending your time. Be mindful of what you're spending your time on. Time management is critical because it'll relieve the feeling of pressure and overwhelmedness for you. That will provide healing in your spirit by bringing more balance into your schedule and balancing that in June. Even if you don't have a full hectic schedule, it's still a good idea to have your days and your goals be in alignment, and then do things in your day that move your goals forward, even if it's little steps. So that's why it's important for all of us to manage our time better, so we can have time to work on even 5 minutes per day on our goal. I need this advice, and I'm not even a Leo. And you need this advice right now. Very important. We have number 8, blood, life, vitality is what we think about with this card. We think about some of us having to make some sacrifices this month in June. This also is dealing with heritage and ancestry. It's under the house card. And it tells me that it's speaking about family. So spending more time with loved ones, spending more time building that bond with who you consider your family. It may not be blood relatives, but they feel like blood relatives to you. It's time to make it a priority to spend more time with loved ones. We don't know when our time is up in terms of the physical realm of what we know here to be true. So let's enjoy the people that are blessing us and let us be a blessing to them. Okay. So that's super important. And then finally you have the door card. This is saying, hey, there's going to be some doors being presented to you, and you're going to be walking down the hallway of life, and you are going to be called to look at some different opportunities, entering new situations in your life, having to make some important choices, having to make some important business choices, having to make some important relationship choices. Don't shy away from it. The spiritual enlightenment for you is someone who doesn't shrink from these challenges, but rise to the challenges. When your partner isn't acting the way you wish them to act, this is a door, this is an opportunity to walk through and reach out. This is an opportunity for that. And when if your partner or whoever you're dealing with still wants that door shut, fine. Keep the door shut, be respectful, and keep walking down that hall until they open the door. Some of you will know what I'm speaking about. And these words are just coming from, like, I'm downloading it right now, looking at the door, saying that message to some of you who need to hear that. So just because a door is closed doesn't mean that that door will stay closed forever. Nor does it mean that that's a door that should be open for you at this time. Take a closed door for what it is and move on. Okay? Walk through opportunities and know that this coming month, there's going to be several opportunities and choices for you to choose from. And you will be having new experiences as a result of making those choices and going through those new passageways and doors. So just be prepared for that. But Leos, you're really good about that. So just keep doing what you do when it comes to that. Finally, the outcome cards. We're looking at 26 puppet. In the month of June, some of you will be facing where there's someone that may be a little bit of manipulation going on with you, or if not manipulation, brainwashing even, having control over someone. So you're going to have to get some healing from that. This could represent something that comes up that triggers something inside of you about your past, about at one point maybe you feeling like you were brainwashed or manipulated in the past, and you're in a current situation where you feel like, is somebody running game on me? Is my boss running game on me? Is my new man or girlfriend running game on me? What is going on here? Here's where the healing comes in. Listen to what's really being said here. Listen. When you ask the question, go into meditation mode for 5 minutes and wait for the answers. Even if they don't come in that first meditation session, they will come. Listen. Because it may not be manipulation. It may just be a situation for what it is. Sometimes you have to take things for face value. Boy is about playfulness. You're going to have June for many of us, in the Northern Hemisphere is a warm, fun, summery time. So you'll be finding yourself in moments of having untamed enthusiasm, having a curious sense about life finally, where you, even if there's disappointments, they don't take you down. You're more curious about it and learning from it, which is, again, a beautiful manifestation of healing. This also represents an actual male in your life. For some of you, this represents a relationship that is manifesting and moving forward. It may not be to your timetable like you'd like, But nevertheless, it is progressing and moving forward. This male has a major influence and impact on your life. And so the relationship with this person is important. So it doesn't come as a surprise that this comes up in the reading for you, Leos, for some of you, if you know what I mean, because this person is here to stay. It's just, it feels like for you, sometimes being in the relationship with this person, like there's manipulations going on. But honestly, you're going to have to really get still and look at the situation for what it is and see if this is really what's going on or if it's something else. The Bell card is, the Bell is about an awakening. Again, there's a few spiritual awakening cards going on in your reading. It's the beginning or end of some important event, or it could be a warning. Again, I really get the sense that it could be the beginning of a deepening relationship between man and woman, or between kind of yang energy in a relationship and yin energy. But there is a certain sense of an awakening in the side of both of you in this partnership that's quite beautiful. You know, it's cutting away some of the old junk of your past relationships, allowing time to heal wounds, and allowing time and spirit to work at its own pace. You can't dictate it, even if we try to hasten and move things as fast as we can, just to our detriment, right? We are the ones that get frustrated and burnt out and tired from trying to push something faster than it's ready to go. We need to be patient. Yet, we also need to manage our time. And the Girl card finally is, it is about innocence. It's about you having some carefree thoughts finally. You feeling that youthful love affair going on again. So I get a sense for many of you who are in relationships, you are getting a renewed sense of emotional connections with your partner. And for those who are in budding relationships, finally things are starting to kind of take off. But there's some inner work that you're still working on from past prior relationships that's going on. Spirit, what can you tell us about Leo's love life for both singled and coupled up folks? What can you tell us? I hate when I have them in reverse. That's part of the problem. What can you tell Leos? Coupled or single for the month of June? What advice do you have, or what will they be dealing with? Okay. The first card is retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Yes, and that's all a part of your healing in your relationship. So perhaps you and your lover can go on a little mini vacation, a little weekend getaway. Perhaps this is you pulling back for a moment, gaining some perspective about your relationship. If you guys have hit bumps in the road, you cannot underestimate the power of pulling back in a relationship in order to move forward. I know it sounds counterintuitive or counterproductive, but let me tell you, sometimes you have to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. So sometimes you're going to have to retreat in the relationship in order to manifest some healing in it. Release your ex. Okay, whether you're in a current relationship in a marriage or a relationship, or whether you are trying to find a new relationship. Leo, there's some X energy or X cords that you need to cut. The time has come to clear your energy. You're not going to be able to properly have healing and move forward until you do so. There's some books out there or websites that talk immensely about cord cutting. I strongly suggest that you do that because you holding on to your ex is hindering your current love relationships. Spirit, what abundance or what kind of things can Leos do to bring about more abundance in their life in the month of June, or whenever they watch this video? Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. So, if you're wanting more abundance in your life, Leo, it is so important and vital to find opportunities and ways to spend some time visualizing. And that's what I was talking about and what I'm going to constantly say, and because it's a reminder for myself as for others, that you need to have some time where you are meditating and visualizing. Sometimes you can do a combination of both, but it's really important to have times during your week where you just have meditation, clearing of the mind, and then you have visualization where you're filling the mind up with visions of what you're trying to manifest. Okay? Very important if you're trying to manifest abundance into your life. Otherwise, you're dealing with the same old funky thoughts that is not manifesting anything that you're trying to have come about. All right, my loves. It was so much fun doing your reading. I was super tired, but somebody said, Kim, no, there's something that you need to say to Leos tonight. So get your butt up and do it. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Hope you're enjoying these readings. Thank you so much for watching, though. Much love, you guys. Hello, Virgos. This is your June life, love, and abundance reading, or your monthly reading, I should say. My apologies for the background noise over here. My printer is going right now. It's actually printing an Oracle guidebook right now, so my apologies. Anyways, let's get started here. All right, Spirit, we are looking at the overall overarching energies. Oh my gosh, it's so loud and obnoxious. The overarching energies for the month of June for Virgos. What will they be facing or dealing with or working through in the month of June? Any other messages? 3, 2, 1. Okay, nope. Oops. All right, so the first card that came up was conflict, and the second card that jumped was inner light. And with conflict and inner light here in the month of June, there's gonna be obviously some inner conflicts going on as well as some external conflicts. Whether it's with people you're just coming into contact with, maybe at your kid's school, maybe at your school, your workplace, the grocery store. It's just going to be in the air for you, it feels like, where people just you feel like they want to argue with you. You feel like you want to argue with them. There's also, for some of you, or for all of you really, an inner kind of conflict going on inside of you. And you're trying to reconcile and resolve that in the month of June. So that's what this card is kind of speaking to. Your inner light, despite all of that, is going to shine through your beautiful Virgo souls like it always do. And so where can you, in your life, find ways to allow your inner light to shine out and be a beacon of light for others? So that is the themes, or those are the themes that you will be dealing with and working through in the month of June. So we'll keep those to the side there because they do influence the rest of the reading. We're going to look at the Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle for our main course. This was the appetizer. All right, Virgo. Let's see. So I forgot to say, we're going to do a 3-row reading with anywhere from 3 to 5 cards per row. The first question we are looking at is, what do we need to confront? What do Virgos need to confront in June? What will they be facing in June, in the entire month of June? What will our lovely Virgos be facing or confronting in the month of June? That's way too many. Just let's call it a clumsy move. Okay. What tools can Virgos use in the month of June to manifest the life that they want and to navigate the trials and tribulations that they may be facing in the month of June? What tools can our lovely Virgos utilize in the month of June? What tools will you be using? Okay. Finally, what is the outcome? What are the outcome cards for the month of June for Virgos? And this also pertains to love, life, and abundance for our single and coupled up Virgos. Okay, sorry for the background noise of the printer. Not very soothing like now, is it? Okay. So, for the month of June, we have the stump card. And when we look at the stump card, this shows us here, it's saying something ending prematurely, right? Something coming to an end abruptly, I'd like to say. There's a certain sense of resistance going on. It could be the need to extract yourself from a certain situation. So I think this speaks to the conflict that may be arising in the month of June for you. And where it comes to a point where you're like, I need to just walk away from this situation. I need to, extract myself from it, remove myself from this situation and fly away and move on, because clearly I'm not going to be able to change this person's mind about this situation. I need to just go on about my merry way. So, that's a good thing to see it when we have the conflict energy come up, that this is how you're going to approach it in the month of June. And that is just showing your beautiful inner light. How instead you instigating and going and fighting and keeping the fight going, your beautiful inner light of love and just trying to be a peacemaker shines through and helps you to navigate that situation that you find yourself in. So that's a beautiful thing. But yeah, the reason why I feel like there is conflict also, this tells me, but these two tell me that there's something going on in the midst. With the snake card, it's speaking to fears, sexual fantasies, temptations. So this is also speaking to me about facing your inner conflicts, those inner stirrings, those shadow self things going on. But more on that in a moment when we look at your tools and what advice Spirit has for you moving forward. So we have number 20 for the boot. I believe this is a boot. Let's see, is it a boot? Yes. It represents travel. It represents moving forward, preparing for action, and discipline. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I get a sense that, you know, whatever the external conflict that you're having with someone in the month of June, you're just like, you know what, I'm going to move forward with this. We're going to move forward. We're going to start over. We're going to move away or go for travel. This actually could represent actual travel in the month of June for some Virgos, where you're actually finding yourself literally flying somewhere, or maybe doing literally a lot of walking or traveling on foot. Maybe you're going on vacation, but you're doing a lot of leg work and footwork. So yeah, that's quite interesting. And then we have it's the crow. And with the crow, sometimes it can mean an omen of bad news. Although oftentimes for me, when this card comes up, it's more about moving from place to place. It's more about, you know what, some of you will be actually moving. Some of you tend to kind of fly away from your issues, or kind of, you know, not really face them. So be careful about that with this particular card, with the crow card. You know, it also could represent for some of you doing some like shady criminal kind of activity. So you just may, you know, either you're going to be dealing with someone who's doing these kind of behaviors towards you, or you're going to be the one instigating these kind of behaviors. You just have to understand that when we do these type of things, they do have consequences and karma that is attached. And so then we have 51 for Spider, strong and powerful female energies, carefully designing one's life. So after all of that emotional ups and downs, turmoil and conflict, inner conflict and external conflict in June that's going on, you're finally going to be like, you know what, whatever. I'm done with worrying about this. I'm ready to focus on my future, ready to focus on my life and what I bring to the table. So you're going to get back to planning and designing your life. You're going to get back to making you and what your future is going on a priority, which is long overdue. So this card confirms that you will be doing that self-assessment, doing that planning, life planning, and then actually taking action steps to move forward to get some of those goals that you have for yourself accomplished in June and moving forward beyond June. In the month of June, the tools that you can utilize, or you will be utilizing, is the snake card. Because this is in an advice or tools position, I get a sense that this is saying face your fears, face your temptations, face those shadowy aspects of ourselves once and for all, and put them in their rightful place. That's what you need to do at this point, is to check it, to check your temptations, to check your vices, to check things that make sure that there's a balance, make sure that things are not out of whack, make sure that you are not allowing fear to hold you trapped in certain situations and keep you bound and like a stump, kind of just blocked and resisted. You want to, because fear can do that. This is a stump here. This is saying, resistance. Fear can create resistance in your life when you need to remove that fear. And how you do that is 10. 10 is the I. It's about knowledge, honesty, bearing witness, vigilance, omniscient. I can never say it. But basically having that inner higher connection, being able to see from your third eye as well as what your eyes are saying, but being able to see the essence of someone or the essence of something, and be able to know that we are all connected. We are all, trying to be the best that we can be. Not all the time are we trying to do that, but that's overall what we kind of strive and aim for. And so I say that because you have the 67, the hope card, which is next to the I card. And this is like saying, with the hope card, or, well, hope, star. It is the hope. It is a sudden sense of clarity and vision and inspiration. So in the month of June, there's going to be these epiphany moments for you happening where you're going to be like, wow, all of this was stirring inside of me. All of these ideas that I've had, already lying dormant, just waiting for me to awaken and to see to see that inner hope, inside of me. So keeping that hope alive is super important. As we see next to it, the 31 card, which is tree, you're going to have strong growth. This card is saying for you to reach for new heights. It is time for you to, as you reach for new heights, to stick your roots down so you can have some stability. Where now in your life is it time to to grow some roots and to stretch and outreach and move and reach for new heights of new growth? Where is that hope that you're hoping for your future? What are you looking towards that? Are you making that happen? Are you setting down foundational things, goals, and accomplishing those goals? You need to be taking baby action steps each day towards your goal, and then it will be realized. 42, Cauldron. I like this card. It's so robust. It's like magical, right? Cauldron. This is a fertile time for you. So in the month of June, some of you will actually be finding out that you've fallen pregnant, or your wife has fallen pregnant, or girlfriend or partner. Some of you will be finally birthing after all of the, getting through some of the conflicts in the beginning and middle part of the month. You're getting to a fertile time of creativity again, and that's exciting for you. So ride that wave. There's going to be magical combinations as a result of this goings-ons in your life. And there's going to be you, like the artist, like the magician, like the witch, cultivating something by doing, making some magical connections and concoctions and and having belief that it's going to actually manifest. And all of that culminates and grows. And then next thing you know, it is here, it's manifested, and you're having whatever it is that you're trying to create. You're now having it. 52 is secret knowledge for Ankh. This is about increased awareness, exalted power, a lot of forward movement for you, because you are tapping into your inner self, your third eye, and you're gleaning secret knowledge that of the times, of the ages, where you're finally learning the key to how to manifest. You're finally having an increased awareness of what it is that makes you tick, what it is that makes others tick. And your inner light shines bright, and you're sharing and imparting this wisdom that you've been kind of cooking and marinating in the beginning and middle part of the month. And now you're able to share it with the world. 62 is for Pitchfork. And with Pitchfork, this tells us here, it's really about a lot of, it confirms that yes, there will be some conflicts going on, some rebellion, perhaps teenagers or kids rebelling against you, perhaps you rebelling against authority, against your parents or against your bosses. But there is some sort of conflict going on that kind of needs to happen in order for you all to have forward movement and progress. That's one thing about conflict. One kind of positive attribute is oftentimes when conflict arises, it one way or the other, it's going to move you to a new realization about that relationship, or about the relationship you have with yourself. If it's an inner conflict, you're going to gain some new information, and then you're going to be able to act upon that from there. Whether you do nothing, which is still kind of a form of acting, right? It's just inaction, but it's still a form of choosing not to do something, or choosing to do something. or you can choose to act, and then what is it that you do, and so forth and so on. So there will be some of that going on, but I don't see it as a bad thing necessarily. 56, Axe. Again, another conflict card. It's like, wow. We have quite a few conflict cards in your reading or spread, which tells me no doubt about there's just going to be you feeling the energy of conflict. For sure. Disputes, estrangements. Some of you maybe even breaking up with loved ones, moving away, or your loved one moving away from you, or you quitting a job or getting fired. Someone getting cut down to size, whether it's you cutting someone down or someone cutting you down. But ultimately, on the other side of all of that conflict, there is some strong progress for you this month. There will be. And I'm encouraged by the inner light card that comes up that tells me that you will be transformed as a result of this month and as a result of having to navigate these conflicts. Wow. Quite an interesting reading. Let's take a look at your abundance. How can our lovely Virgos bring more abundance into their life? Or what's their abundance forecast, Spirit? Savings. Is there any other messages? Any other messages? Okay. All right. So we have savings. As you consistently save for your future is saved. You do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. This coincides with the tree card here. Okay, this corresponds with setting up that foundation for you. Where in your budget can you save a little bit more towards your future? It's super important to be saving towards your future, because you also need to assess, my dear, what is your life purpose at this point moving forward? What would your life look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? Think about that, and then see if your money goals, your money practices, your money, what you do day to day with your money is in alignment with that. And if it's not, it's time to get in alignment with that. That could be also the conflict that's going on. You know logically that you need to be a better saver, but you have this inner conflict and you end up overspending. Time to dial that back in and deal with those temptations, Dial that in the month of June. And then cooperation instead of competition. What's yours is yours and no one can take it from you. There's no need to compete as there's an abundance for all. You have complete access to unlimited abundance for yourself and to share with others. With cooperative partnerships, you can accomplish anything. There's that hope, Collaborative, magical happenings going on for you, for some Virgos, where you're like really making some power moves and connections in the month of June, working with others and really, making some magic happen amongst the both of you. Let's get a love card or two. Spirit, do you have anything to say about Virgo's love life, both for the coupled and the single, for the month of June? Any advice or what's to be expected for the month of June for our single and coupled up Virgos? Any other messages? Okay. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Nice. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. A couple of things here. So the conflict card also is telling me that healing family issues for some of you Virgos, whether you're coupled or single, will be very critical to your success in love and in life. So it's time to take some time this month to do a little bit of soul searching to see where that can happen. This also could be healing current family issues, not even past family issues, but current ones where conflict has kind of been reigning, where it's time to heal that. So you and your family members and loved ones and maybe your partners can move forward and have some peace and connection again. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Some of you who are dating, are trying to date, are having too many issues with trying to control what kind of partner, what they do, how they live, what they're doing, when they're doing it. You're gonna have to let go of the control issues. You just have to. Same thing for those who are in a relationship. There's some things that are really turning off your partner. And this card is speaking to you that you need to let go of the control issues and kind of surrender some of that. Let it go so that way you all can get along better moving forward. But as long as you're having to hold tightly on to how everything has to unfold and when it unfolds, you and your partner are going to be stressed. You and your potential mates are not going to connect on a deeper level. You are not going to even attract people if you're constantly finding yourself in a controlling way where you have to take over and control everything. Wow. Powerful messages coming through, Virgo, for you for the month of June. Thank you all so much for watching. It's always a pleasure doing this reading for you. I look forward to doing next month's reading. Take care.